Hello friends. Hello friends. I think you are ready for the next class. Today also we are going to discuss the subtopics of teaching aptitude. This is the class 10 and here today we are going to discuss the evaluation. Okay. Subtopics are evaluation, types of evaluation and elements of evaluation. So I think you are ready for the class. Let us move to our first subtopic, that is the evaluation. I think you all know that what is evaluation. You all know that what is evaluation. It is after doing a process, we have to check it out how much it has succeeded. Okay, that is what we are doing in the evaluation process. So some points I have given here to know what is evaluation. To know the outcome. Okay, we are giving some input to the students or to the learners. What the outcome is, that is what we call as evaluation. To know the feedback. Feedback means in the communication process also we study that after we are giving some inputs to the or the communication or message to the learners, something will come out as a feedback. From the feedback it is clear that whether the evaluation has that is what we call as evaluation. From that it is clear whether the communication is clear or not. To know the attainment level. Attainment level means how much the students has or the learners has understood it, how much they understood it. So after the evaluation, you know that the teachers after the class they ask simple questions. Why? They want to know whether the students are able to understand what they have taught. Okay, that is what they have to, that is a sudden way of getting the evaluation or what we call as the kind of feedback. For the exam is another way. After doing the exams, it's clear whether the students is able to understand the portions what we have taught for them. Evaluation can be done in different ways. So today we are going to deal with the different types of evaluation. So I think you are very clear about the evaluation. Evaluation is nothing. It is the outcome of a process. Okay, it's a feedback of a process or what attainment a learner has got in his learning process. Okay, what is his attainment level, whether he is in lower level, whether he is in middle level or whether he is in a higher level, whether we have to give extra classes or notes or extra knowledge to the students. It has to be decided after we are evaluating the learner. Understood? So we are going to the next that is subtopic, that is the types of evaluations. It is a main point. A lot of questions usually they will ask from this area. We know that from each that the teaching aptitude they will ask 5 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. Usually they will ask question from these types of evaluation. It is a focused area of the NTA exam. So you must study and understand it properly. If you have any doubts, you can ask me through your comment box. Okay. So just I in this slide you can see clearly the according to the function evaluation is of 2 types. One is placement and next is the diagnostic. Okay, placement means that is we are selecting a person for some kind of jobs and all these things. Okay, and diagnostic to understand the weakness. Okay, then approach. According to the approach there is 2 types, the formative and summative, that you heard a lot in the exams. A lot of times they have repeatedly asked the question formative and summative evaluation. Okay, formative and summative evaluation. Formative, it is during the process itself the formative is happening, and summative is it's always at the end. Okay, then interpretative. According to the interpretation there are 2 types of evaluation. One is criterion referred and norm referred. Criterion, it is there is no comparison is happening, some certain values is there according to it's happening, and norm referred is the individual is compared with the other people. That is what is happening in the norm referred. I have given just a idea of it. After that after this just we are giving a detailed description of each one because it's a very focused area in the NTA exam. Okay, so just listen it carefully. According to the function 2 is the placement and diagnostic. According to the approach level it is 2 types, there is formative and summative. According to the interpretative level it is criterion referred and norm referred. Okay, now we are going to see it in a detailed way. Okay, detailed description. According to the function, two is there. One is the placement. That is, placement means right person in right place. That we have to find what is the capacity of a person, whether he is able to in the learners also we have to find whether which level he is standing, whether he is a high IQ person, whether he is a high creative person, or whatever it is, we have to know about it. For the job, usually this type of evaluations do, because they want to find whether this person is apt for the manager post, whether this person is apt for some other work or skill work, that they have to find. So right person in right place is what we doing in the placement evaluation. Entry performance means by through this evaluation whether they choose a person or not, they decide it here in this placement evaluation. Level of position of the child here in the education process. Placement, I told you, placement means it is for the jobs and all. Here as an education is considered, it is a know the level of the position of the child, whether the child know the what previous knowledge the child have. Okay, what the previous knowledge the child have, then only we are able to give an extra knowledge to the child. If it is not up to the level, we have to give them extra classes, then only the child is able to reach the proper level. So the placement evaluation is the level of the position of the child is what we are doing it. And in the case of jobs, to find the choose the correct person for the correct place. Okay, next is diagnostic. Diagnose, we know that a doctor diagnose the disease. Diagnose means find out what it is. To find difficult or weakness of a child, to find the difficulties, what is the weakness of a child, what is the problem of the child, what is the disease of the child. Okay, what is the disease means not the what we say the physical disease, it is a word the why the child is not reaching the up to the age level or up to the mark, why the child is not reaching. To find the reason for that is what we are doing in the diagnostic evaluation. Area of weakness, that is why you have to first click to your mind when you heard the word diagnostic. No doubt it is a weakness or the difficult portion area of a child, why the child is not reaching up to that level. So to find that, the test is doing. Okay, after doing the test we can understand why the child has some problem. Might be a social problem, it can be psychological problem, it can be a cognitive problem. Okay, sometimes it can be academic also. We have already seen in the previous classes that the individual difference is according to the 4 levels. So we can find what is the weakness of the child by understanding it, with that the teacher can help the child to improve in his learning process. So I think you are now clear about the two levels. Okay, two evaluation levels. Function, according to the function, two is there. One is placement and another is diagnostic. Next we are going to the next level. Okay, that is the approach level. According to the approach level, two level is the one is formative is learning process of the child. That is when the teacher is taking the class, the teacher can ask small questions, then the teacher is getting a feedback from that, the teacher is able to understand whether the child is able to understand it or not. Okay, that point we are getting here. It is formative level, to give feedback, to get the feedback easily. It can be a monthly test. It can be a teacher can take a class test. Class test can be take simply asking 2 or 3 questions or objective questions or short questions like that she can ask, or she can ask them to write. So or monthly test. It is clear that whether up to that level whether the child is able to understand or not. So formative is nothing. It is a progressive process. And so when the taking the class itself we can take the evaluation. That is what we are doing in the formative level. What is summative evaluation? Summative is the achievement at the end of it, or at the end means after all the process, the last exam. Okay, that is what we are thinking about. Achievement at the end. Standardized test. Standardized test means it is not the test is not put by the teacher, it is from somewhere else. It has already set the question paper. This question paper is giving to all the classes. Okay, all the classes of the same level. Okay, this is standardized test, means it is already well prepared according to the Bloom's theory. Okay, and appropriateness of objectives. To find the correct objectives of teaching can be whether it has achieved or not. That is annual exams. All this come under the summative level. Okay, at the end, and they have to find whether all the study objectives have reached or not. That is what we are doing in the summative evaluation. Sum means total together. Okay, so that keep that in mind. Summative evaluation is that means that is related to the end. Okay, formative is during the teaching process itself we can take the evaluation. Okay, and summative is at the end of the teaching we are taking the evaluation. That is what we are doing. Okay, then we are so according to the approach, 2 is the formative and summative. Next we are moving to the next level. Okay, that is interpretative nature. According to the interpretative nature, there is two types of evaluation is there. One is criterion referred. Okay, criteria according to the criteria, reference to criteria. For example, if a 40% is considered as pass mark, if the individual got 40%, that is enough. Okay, whether he is not comparing to others, that learner is not compared to any other one is not happening here. Understood? The performance of individual in term of what that individual can do, that is only comparing and not with others. The child is or the individual is not compared with anyone. In criterion referred, no comparison is happening. There is some criteria there, 40% this much mark. The previous time before the grade there is class is given, first class, second class, third class, a distinction like that is given. So there was certain marks are there. If that person has achieved that level, it is considered as his criteria. Okay, his criteria, his mark level, that is the evaluation level of that child. Okay, no comparison is doing in the case of criteria. And norm referred, okay, interpretive to nature, norm referred is there. In norm referred, individual is compared to a group as a norm to compare an individual. Example, our NTA exam. Okay, NTA exam, if the 9 lakh students are writing, by comparing the 9 lakhs who reached the topmost 6%. Okay, so it's a comparison is happening, topmost 6%. If you reach that 6%, 6% creamy layer, then only you are able to attain the NTA. Otherwise, so there is no criteria is the, that is the topmost who is reaching, that is the norm. Okay, so that all the people are comparing with others here. Okay, that is what is happening in NT exam. Traditional and class based. It is very traditional and it is also class based. Measured according to the class or group. So if the group is highly intelligent, those who are too poor in level, they are not able to reach that level. Okay, so it is as far as the intelligent students is concerned, norm refers is always very preferable, because it is helpful for them to reach always in the topmost level, and other children it is a little bit difficult. So for some exams that is very high intelligence needed exams, or we can say some standard exams, they use the norm refers only because they want to get the best students to that area. Okay, that is why they are using this. So norm refer is usually using for the exam with the high standards, and criteria is usually using with normal level of educational purposes. So I think you are clear about it. Okay, so this interpretative nature, that two is there. One is criterion. Criteria means you know that there is no comparison is happening, only individual he is comparing to some kind of marks or something, and if you achieved it, that's enough. And norm referred is not like that. Each and every individual, the individual is compared to each and every person who is writing that or who is appearing for the exam. Understood? So now it is the types of evaluation is over. I think you get an idea now. That is according to the function, 2 is there. According to the approach is also 2 is there. Okay, and according to interpretative level is also 2 is there. So altogether there comes 6. Okay. Next, we are going to deal with another small topic, that is elements of evaluation. Elements, we know that what all the things are inside in the evaluation process. Usually 3 people are there. One is teacher, student and evaluation. These 3 is happening there. Not only that, what is happening there? What are the elements of evaluation? That is what we are going to listen. You have to listen to it. There are 6 elements in the evaluation process. That is what purpose? To improve outcome study material. To what purpose the evaluation is happening? That is the first element. Okay. To what purpose the evaluation is doing? For what we are doing the evaluation? We are always doing the evaluation to make the outcome better. Okay. And to make and to make changes, whether some changes needed or not for the study material. To whom this evaluation is doing? To student or class, whether it is for one person, whether it's for one learner, whether it's for one individual, or to the whole class. That is what we have to consider. To whom means to which person it is doing. Okay. Then how it is doing? There are different techniques is there. Already we have seen a lot of techniques. That's evaluation techniques. Questions, it can be, I told you earlier itself that teacher can ask a simple questions. That's also enough for the evaluation process. And to find the objectives also there. Okay, how it is there. Then who will do? That is the next question. Who will do the evaluation? Whether it is by the examiner, by the teacher, the student himself, whether he is doing it himself, whether he has reached that level or not, he want to do it himself. Instructor is a person who teach, and it can be a third person, means other than teacher and the student, an outside person is taking the evaluation. That is also good, because in such cases there will not come any kind of biases. Okay. That is also good in the case of evaluation process. Then analysis. Analysis is outcome favorable or unfavorable. Whether they want to find it whether it is favorable or not. Okay, they want to find it whether this, when after the analysis they want to find it whether the outcome is favorable or not. Degree of learning, how much they have studied. How much they have studied, it is what we have to know in the analysis side. Okay, when we analysis whether the student has reached that level or not, this is very clear. Now reporting, it is the last element of the evaluation, to identify the audience, reporting it to some kind of, if the teacher is doing, she's reporting it to the HM, okay, HM or the principal, or who is at the top of her level, that institution, okay, or to the management, and the principal is giving the details to the management. So there is a hierarchy is already existing. So the person who has to do the evaluation, they make it a clear-cut process, and after that they will show it to the head of the institution. That is what usually happens in the case of evaluation process. I think now you are clear about the what is evaluation. Evaluation is nothing. We want to find out what is the outcome, and the types of evaluation we have seen a lot of types is there, but that which ask for the exam is what we are mentioning here, or that is 6 I have told you already. Which are the 6? You heard it. The function, according to the function, placement is there, diagnostic is there, according to the approach there is 2 is there. Which are they? I think you have an idea about which are the according to the approach also formative and summative is there, and according to the interpretative level also 2 is there, that is criterion referred and norm referred. Okay, a norm referred is there. So I think you are clear about the types of evaluation. After that we have discussed about the elements of evaluation, to whom we are doing it, who is doing it, and how we are doing it, its analysis and report, all these things we have discussed. Okay, so the persons who are needed for the evaluation is teacher, student, and the evaluation process. All these things is very important for the evaluation process. Now I think you are very clear about this class. Now we are going to stop it. So please study well and keep on going with your studies. Then only you are able to crack your NTA exam. Subscribe this channel. Then only you will get all the uploading videos. I have already made the classes for all the main topics as well as for the subtopics. So it's very clear for you to study well for your exams. So don't worry. Stay well. Be happy and study well for your exams. Thank you. We can meet in the next class.